Hi guys, thanks for tuning in today. Today we're back on the 56 oval. Last episode we separated the body from the chassis and pretty much discovered that this corner here is basically the worst for rust. That's basically non-existent. So what we're going to do is use these scrap pieces here that are still rusty but a little bit better. I think the undercoating saved part of this one here. So we're going to use that. This is for the other side, and then I have a heater channel that we're going to have to use a piece of the back of it, and probably the whole bottom plate we'll use. I do have another scrap donor piece here if needed, and some other pieces here. So that's on the agenda for today, so stick around. Okay, so the first step today is going to be getting the body up onto these rolling racks over here. I have two of them. One can go under each of the wheel wells, and that way I can move it around, and then we can get it outside because we're going to want to sandblast into this area, and that way we'll see what's good and what's bad. The sandblasting will usually reveal, the good metal, and the bad metal usually turns into Swiss cheese, so it'll be perforated. So we'll get a good idea. We'll also do a little work on that section there. This always rusts out because of the window. It leaks down right there. So we'll sandblast onto that and get a good idea of what's good and bad. And we'll also clean up these scrap pieces, these donor pieces that we're hopefully going to use. We'll see how they clean up. Okay, I have it up on, this is plan B, a wooden table, basically. My racks that I was going to put it on here don't fit with the fenders on. I usually use those racks with just the body with no fenders. So this will be okay, but kind of limits us to kind of what we can get at under here. So we'll work on this area. We'll get this fender off and see what we're dealing with here, and then we'll sandblast around in all these areas and remove this heater pipe. But first thing to go is the fender. So I have a feeling all these are going to break like that. Two broken off so far. So we got one to break loose. You can see that penetrating oil does nothing. It doesn't penetrate through the threads. That's the third one that came out. Two broke, and 3 came out. Shoot for this next one here. Yep. We're on a roll. Broke. 3 for 3. 3 broke, 3 good. This will be the tiebreaker. You get it with the ratchet. So this Fender actually isn't in bad shape, and it's an original Fender. It has the dimples in here between the bolt holes. The other side, this is all rusted out, but this one's actually pretty good. This should clean up nice. So you have broken, good, broken, good, 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 broken, broken, and just this is missing. So I think the next step is I'll take this heater, this flexible heater pipe off, and this is going to need some work, but not today. We're just going to work on this corner, get that squared away hopefully, and then we'll tackle this and then that. Okay, so here's a good look at this with the fender off. There's not much to go by. Probably try to extract this screw here. That could be a point of reference. And there's some screws, holes under here that we can use as a reference to get this corner back into shape. This here is actually a plate spot welded to the inner fender well, and the inside fender just kind of has a half moon cut out, and then this goes over it and spot welded in. So we may try to take this off too, because it looks like we're going to have to cut back farther into here. Like I say, this is the worst part of the car, so I'll probably try to remove this. So I'll keep pushing forward. It's the original clamp. So this tubing here is loose here and just on by a hair up here. So I'm going to take the plasma cutter and cut this free. This actually contains a muffler. It's almost like a glass pack in a motorcycle. What it does is muffle the noise of the heater, any exhaust noise that your heater can generate gets muffled here. It's a 1950s technology. Volkswagen uses a heater box that basically just takes the warmth off the exhaust pipe, so you'll get some noise through here if you don't use that muffler. It's like a burlap coated wool piece. So I'll zip that off with the plasma cutter. So I just did a little cutting up around here. Looks like we're gonna have to cut down here. So this broken bolt here is a good candidate for the weld a nut on it trick. We'll see if it works. The trick is to get a lot of heat into it. Let's see if that comes out. That actually worked. Came out good. Now I'll try it on this one. Okay, I got this back here from blasting it. I decided not to blast the car just because it's difficult on this contraption I got it on to get it outside. I don't want to blast inside the shop. And we're going to be cutting away most of it, so I just blasted this replacement piece we're going to work on. And it has some issues here that we're gonna have to fix, and we're gonna remove this just to get it fitted into the car. I'm not sure how much of it we can use yet. We're just gonna chip away at it. I'll probably fix this after it's in the car because I'll use this as a reference point. But we'll cut away some of this, and this will all get used. But it's better than what's in the car, so we'll start working on this. Okay, so here's our first test fit. That's sitting up in here. I think what we'll do is start cutting this away, getting this to fit down in here, and then we'll get a measurement, the center of this hole and the center of this hole. So we get that good. And those like bead rolls, get those fitting up good. We'll keep chipping away at it, get it to sit in there as close as we can. We're not gonna get too crazy on dressing the welds and that. We're not like hiding the welds on this car. It's going to be just get it solid. So next thing I'm gonna do is start trying to fit this to sit it down in there, and then we'll work on the luggage tray area. Okay, so I have this new piece fabricated in here. This is the part that gets the stud welded on. We'll do that later. And the patch panel for the quarter panel covers this. And seam sealer basically covers all of this. So we'll just weld this up here and weld this, give it a quick grind. A couple tack welds on here, and like I say, seam sealer goes all on here. So we'll get that welded up. And so the disc I'm using to grind this down is a Walter. It's a 15L453 36 grit. And it does an awesome job of grinding it down with almost no heat whatsoever. It stays super cool and it wears pretty well, and it just takes the top of the weld off. It does a great job. Now this is a spin-on version. They make a couple different versions of it and a couple different grits. The 36 seems pretty good. But yeah, these are great. I highly recommend these. Okay, so here's the finished repair. This corner at least. Came out pretty nice for what I had to work with. Basically rusty junk. I'm not going to get too carried away dressing these welds. You could lead through here, do some lead work, and you'd never even see it. But we have to replace the wheel well yet, and this quarter panel, so I didn't mess with this little hole. And then the quarter panel is going to cover here. And then the inside. And that gets all seam sealer. The big hole in the wheel well will get fixed. I might dress this weld up down here a little bit more. I need a smaller grinder, maybe a carbide burr on a die grinder. But it looks like it fits good there. I have the proper distance between the holes. Came to like 7 3/4 inches from center to center. So I matched that up. Matched up from the center here to the center of the body mount. That was 18.5 inches, and that's right on. And the other measurement I had was from this bolt hole to this corner was 4.5 inches. And I have that on, so I kind of have a triangular measurements. So we should be good. It's going to be close enough. A lot better than it was. So that's basically 2 days worth of work. Probably would have went quicker if I would have just bought replacement pieces, but I don't know, those never really fit very well. You're kind of messing with those anyways. So, and I had this, so we got it in there. So next is the wheel well. We'll fix this bumper too, bracket, or I don't know, maybe just replace it. I don't know, we could try to fabricate something. Heater channels, next thing. I'm probably gonna chop it right here at the B pillar, and just put a back piece in and then a bottom. I'm gonna try to keep this. I think this is okay here. We can cut this out and see what happens at a new carpet strip. And then on to that other side, which isn't as bad. That I might just get a replacement piece for. So that's it for this weekend's project. Thanks a lot for watching. Please subscribe. Give me a like if you like the job there that was done. And we'll see you next time.